The ongoing pandemic came to our lives like a monster wave and revealed the fragility of current society. It showed that a global problem needs global cooperation. This is true also for the climate crisis, which is the most existential threat that the humanity has faced. As aptly expressed, we are the first generation to feel the impact of climate change and the last generation that can still do something about it. There is no vaccination for climate change. While there is no single storyline about the future, what seems certain is that the pace of change towards a low-carbon economy is not enough, and the scale of necessary investment in green technology and infrastructure is unprecedented. That's why we need a new generation of transformative public-private partnerships. My research is motivated by the question of how multinational companies can drive sustainability transformation through cross-sector partnership with governmental and non-governmental organizations. In particular, I've been fascinated by the study of what it takes to bridge silos between different sectors and countries with different regulations and norms for sustainable behavior. Since the birth of the international business discipline in the 1960s, scholars have focused on the economic impact of foreign direct investment with limited concern for social and environmental issues. Overall, the study of sustainability in international business have moved from margins to the mainstream only during the past decade. This is surprising. Big multinationals are larger than small countries. For instance, the revenue of the world's biggest company is larger than the gross domestic product of Finland. Sustainable development is a balancing act between economic, social, environmental, and cultural dimensions. Essentially, the survival of companies and whole industries depends on their ability to renew themselves and meet the demand and requirements of the society. Take the example of forest industry. It faces economic sustainability challenges because of radically decreasing demand for paper. It has become essential to innovate new wood-based materials, for instance in textiles and food packaging. This in turn reduces society's dependence on scarce natural resources. Forest industry processes also produce valuable side streams with application areas such as health-promoting functional foods and chemicals. Another sector presenting solutions for environmental sustainability problems is Cleantech. Think of the threatened Baltic Sea ecosystem and the opportunities that it represents for serving as a test bed or laboratory for innovation and partnerships needed for saving the world oceans. Here, a well-known example of impactful public-private collaboration is the modernization of wastewater treatment in St. Petersburg. This collaborative venture that I've studied included a diversity of public and private partners from different countries. While climate change amplifies the role of the state, it also highlights the role of multinationals that have the capabilities and financial means to develop and scale technology and infrastructure rapidly across the world. The European Green Deal and its COVID-19 recovery plans of governments will play a major role in accelerating sustainability transitions and catalyzing collaboration between public and private actors. Looking forward, important sectors which require new forms of public-private collaboration are energy and transportation. These sectors are in important turning points. The cost of renewable energy is dropping dramatically, and green hydrogen provides opportunities for sectors that are difficult to electrify, such as long-distance shipping. The world infrastructure will double in the next 15 to 20 years, and urbanization will progress. By the end of this century, 85% of the global population is estimated to live in cities. Research is needed to understand the new forms of co-innovation and public-private partnerships in the city and energy infrastructures. An example of future public-private partnership is an artificial energy island to be constructed in the North Sea to supply zero-carbon fuel by using wind power. Another example of cooperation across sectors is a new carbon-neutral building to be built in downtown Helsinki. The wooden building will host a headquarters for a multinational company, a hotel, and open space for the city's residents. Our research group is studying the role of headquarters as a part of ecologically and socially sustainable and economically viable cities. Yet collaboration across national and sectoral boundaries is difficult because of different priorities and cultural and political understandings. This is why partnering skills and cultural sensitivity must be developed and trust nurtured between the actors. Trust also reduces uncertainty in future policy framework, enabling the necessary investments in greener technology, infrastructure, and buildings. I believe that companies, governments, cities, and civil society in the Nordic countries have in their DNA a shared interest to cooperate. This legacy provides a great basis for cooperative advantage and community well-being by a stakeholder-centered approach to profitability. Let me provide some concluding thoughts. First, accepting the reality is the beginning of wisdom, as our former president once said. That's why it's important to acknowledge the climate risks. Second, multinationals and governments must drive greater ambition together in order to mobilize necessary resources to sustainability transformation. Third, strengthening of collaborative capabilities through experiments and education breeds trust, creativity, and entrepreneurship. I feel privileged and humbled to study these topics and interact with our students, who will be in key positions to create a better society through better partnerships. Thank you.